entering product data into Sustain. Once you've set up your project and your version, this particular one is my demonstration project, you see here, and version 1. What I need to do is set up all the information that describes the product itself, or the piece of display equipment, or the point of purchase equipment. Sustain works on the basis of a bill of materials, so you describe your particular product in terms of components, parts, materials, weights, recycled content, processes, etc. So as you can see here, there's this very simple screen where we put information in. You give a component a name, so that can be free text. Let's call it component 1. I choose the material, so in this case, let's say it's going to be something made out of corrugated board. Maybe it's a temporary piece of display. The board itself might weigh 250 grams finished, and I need to put in a recycled content. Obviously, that's something you will need to find out from your supplier if you don't know, but let's say this particular board is a 50% recycled content. Now, depending on what material you choose here, you are given process choices. So in this particular situation, I'm going to simply, let's say I'm going to digital print some information onto that board. And the impacts of printing are related to the area that you print. So now I have to estimate the total area covered by print. Let's say in this particular situation, it's half a square meter. I could add a second process, but I'm not going to in this case. And now I say where my cardboard comes from. Now, when I set up this version, to say I was manufacturing in China and my customer was in the UK. So I may well source my cardboard from within a supplier in China. So I choose China. Sustain knows where I'm making the whole product because I've told it this. It now looks at where I'm getting my material from, and it sets a default distance. Now this is an indicator tool. It sets a default transport mode and distance in the background. If you know that it's transported in a different way, so you may know that it comes by rail rather than road, you can put that in. You can't change the distances, so there's a generic distance in the background for the distance of material might travel within the same country. Once you've set all this information up, you click create this component or complete this component, and you get a list here of existing components. So I've created it, component 1, made from B-flute cardboard, its weight, recycled content, etc. And now this here is cleared, and I can create another component. So let's say component 2. This time choose a material. Let's say I'm going to use some, let's say some polymer of some sort, PVC. This particular one, say it's a 50 gram piece of PVC, a small piece, 0 recycled content for this particular one. And this one will be a thermoformed piece, so a small, maybe a small vacuum formed piece. And again, I'm not going to put a second process on this one. Let's say this again is sourced in China and it travels by road. Create the component. Now the component exists down here. What you will also see is Sustain starts to add up all your component weights to give you a product weight. So once you've added all your components in, and you can put in as many as you like, the page will just extend downwards. What Sustain asks for is a product volume. So this is the volume of the product as you ship the item. So if it's a flat pack item when it's shipped, it would be a smaller volume than the actual created volume when it's finished. This is in centimeters cubed, so you need to know the height, weight, and depth of your particular piece of equipment in centimeters. As I say, how it's shipped. So again, I'm not sure what this is. Let's just say 1500 centimeters. So you can put in a figure there. Now this is required. So this is a required field. If you don't put this information in, you may get strange results. And a life expectancy. So this looks at how long the particular item is designed to last. If it was a temporary promotional display, it may be 5-6 weeks or 12 weeks. If it was a durable piece of equipment or display, it may well be in for a number of months, if not years. In this particular one, I've said it's cardboard temporary display, so let's say it's for a 12-week promotion. Now again, this is used to calculate some of the impacts per year, and you'll see that in the results. But so that needs to be in weeks. Again, once you've happy and you've created all that data, click save. So now I have all the data input for version 1 in this particular project.